all of which would have been important. We've tried to curate this to make sure for this audience and really this force, because you are a force of nature. It's because of you and having President Trump's back. It's because of you of having Mike Lindell's back and all the other heroes that we are driving this forward and trying to end the globalist takeover of the United States of America, which was pretty far gone before Donald Trump came on the scene. And started off by defeating the Republican establishment. Remember the Bushes and all that crowd? The Bush apparatus in 16, in 15 and 16, and then the Clintons in 16. And this is why President Trump, for all his faults, is providential. And particularly not just for 16, but I think even more so, and history will record this more so, in his return for this. Because when he went to Mar-a-Lago, they thought they were done with him. They thought it was finished, and they thought all the Mitch McConnells and the Karen McCarthy, all of it, the whole apparatus, the donors. Remember Murdoch's famous email that came up and didn't come up in the trial because they didn't go to the trial. They paid him $800 million before they went to trial. But in his emails, in late January, early February, Murdoch sent it to all the Fox executives. We are going to make Trump a non-person. We are going to make Trump a non-person. Never forget that. Never forget that when you're flicking on TV for stupid people. Today, they're sitting there cheerleading, Kilmeade and these guys, the guys over, they're cheerleading, you know, the post-war international rules-based order. The people in Munich are really the salvation of the world. All the arms manufacturers, they're the salvation of the world. You got to get in back of this Ukraine situation. Just the same crap they sold on Iraq and Afghanistan for year after year after year after year. Just remember that. That's empirical evidence, and they're doing the exact same thing today. If President Trump had not returned to save his country, that's what it was. Today, they're going to take President Trump's business. Today, they're going to fine him a couple of $100 million in cash. Today, from Atlanta to Washington, D.C. to South Florida, they are in court to either send him to prison for 700 years or to try to take him off the ballot or disparage his name or smear him to history. And constantly, all night long, just the media, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, the NBC, MSNBC, CNN, all of it, just relentless. It's all about Trump. It's all about Trump. He must be destroyed. Why must he be destroyed? Why? Why must he be destroyed? Because of you. They hate him and they fear you. Because they understand you're his political muscle. Yep. It's never been a force like this of working class and middle class people. No, you've never been organized as much. And today the Washington Post is sitting there. Josh Dawsey, in a huge front page story, talks about the takeover of the RNC, the end of Ronna McDaniel. They give a hat tip to the War Room Posse and a hat tip to Charlie Kirk's team. Intense. There are 20 different things we could have done this morning, all of which would have been important. We've